At first glance, comparing modern aerial bombing to childbirth might seem absurd, but stick with us. Both involve intense pressure, timing, and, believe it or not, a whole lot of pushing. In fact, dropping a bomb from a modern military aircraft is far more complicated than just letting gravity do the work. Gone are the days when bombers flew leisurely at high altitudes and simply dropped munitions that gracefully fell down to earth. Modern jet aircraft like the F-35 or F-22 fly at supersonic speeds, at much lower altitudes, and operate in an entirely different aerodynamic world. Gravity, it's not always your friend here. The problem with speed and pressure. At first glance, dropping a bomb from an aircraft seems simple. Open the bay doors, release, and let gravity do the rest. But in the world of modern supersonic jets, things are far from simple. In fact, speed and air pressure have turned aerial bombing into a delicate science. When a bomb is released from a high-speed aircraft, it doesn't just fall. At supersonic speeds, air pressure builds up beneath the jet's fuselage, creating a turbulent and unstable environment. Instead of falling cleanly away, a bomb can get caught in this pressure zone, or worse, be pushed back up toward the plane. Imagine launching a weapon and watching it slam into your own wing. It's not just a nightmare scenario, it's happened before. That's why modern warplanes don't simply drop bombs, they eject them. Using high-powered ejector racks and even small explosive charges, bombs are forcefully shoved away from the aircraft to clear the turbulent airflow. It's a controlled push, almost like the plane is giving birth to the weapon, using brute force to ensure it travels safely away. This is a far cry from the days of World War II. Back then, bombers flew slower at higher altitudes. They dropped their payloads in neat, vertical lines, letting gravity handle the rest. But even then, danger loomed, not from below, but from above. Bombs released from one plane could accidentally fall on friendly aircraft flying lower in the formation. It was a brutal reminder that even gravity needs supervision. Today, the threat has shifted. With jets flying faster than the speed of sound, danger can come from behind, beneath, or even from within if a bomb fails to eject properly. That's why engineers spend thousands of hours testing release systems, analyzing airflow, and designing bomb bays that can safely operate at incredible speeds. In modern warfare, precision isn't just about hitting the target, it's about making sure the bomb doesn't hit you first. And that's why, in the age of supersonic combat, every bomb begins its mission not with a drop, but with a push. Why bombs are pushed, not dropped. When we picture bombs being released from aircraft, the image is usually pretty straightforward. Bay doors open, and the bomb simply falls away. But in modern air combat, it's far more complicated and far more dangerous. At supersonic speeds, gravity alone isn't enough. That's why modern bombs aren't just dropped, they're pushed. Today's advanced jets use high-tech devices called ejection racks to safely release bombs. These racks use mechanical pistons and, in many cases, small explosive cartridges to launch the bomb clear of the aircraft. Some even use pyrotechnic charges. Think of them like miniature fireworks to give the bomb a solid, controlled kick. It's not just a flashy bit of engineering, it's essential for safety. Why? Because imagine flying at over 1,000 miles per hour, opening your weapon's bay doors in the middle of that speed and pressure. Without precision design, those doors could easily be ripped off or destabilize the plane. But aircraft like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II can pull this off flawlessly, even at Mach 1.5. That's more than just military might. That's engineering wizardry, and it's all about airflow. At high speeds, the air beneath and around a jet becomes turbulent and unpredictable. If a bomb were simply released, it could be sucked back toward the fuselage or get caught in the aircraft's wake, a deadly scenario. That's why the bomb has to be launched forcefully and cleanly, away from the aircraft's body. The ejection mechanism ensures that the bomb clears the jet's frame and enters clean airspace before continuing its deadly trajectory. This process is carefully calculated. The timing, the force, the angle, it's all precisely choreographed to avoid disaster. A single mistake could mean the weapon collides with the aircraft that launched it. So the next time you see a jet releasing its payload mid-flight, remember, it's not just dropping bombs. It's performing a high-speed, high-stakes dance with physics and pressure. Every ejection is a tiny controlled explosion designed to prevent a much bigger and unintended one. In modern warfare, even letting go of a bomb is a marvel of engineering. And yes, sometimes planes still poop bombs. It sounds like a joke, but it's true. Some planes still poop bombs. In certain specialized aircraft, bombs aren't dropped from traditional bays beneath the fuselage. Instead, they're literally pushed out the rear or side, like a high-tech version of gravity-assisted delivery. One standout example is the modified KC-130J, nicknamed the Harvest Hawk. While it looks like a cargo plane, this beast can rain destruction from the skies. Instead of traditional bomb release systems, it uses common launch tubes, essentially sliding the bombs out the back. It's a strange and oddly amusing method of delivery, but don't let the visual fool you. The bombs themselves are no joke. These are GBU-69 small glide munitions, smart bombs designed to glide long distances and accurately hit moving targets. So while the delivery might look like the aircraft is pooping out its payload, what's really happening is a highly coordinated launch of precision-guided weapons. It's a mix of old-school cargo mechanics and cutting-edge targeting systems. The benefit: versatility. Planes like the Harvest Hawk can act as both refuelers and strike platforms, operating in environments where stealth jets or fast bombers aren't ideal. They bring flexibility to the battlefield, and yes, they do it with a bit of personality. So next time you hear that a military plane pooped a bomb, just remember, these explosive poop monsters are some of the most accurate and efficient tools in modern aerial warfare. It's funny until you see the results. From dumb to genius, the rise of smart bombs. In the early days of aerial warfare, bombing was more about brute force than precision. During World War II, if the military wanted to destroy a target the size of a football field, they had to send in hundreds of bombers. Even then, success wasn't guaranteed. The odds of hitting a 100-square-foot target from 20,000 feet? Less than 2%. Pilots dropped thousands of pounds of explosives, hoping that sheer volume would get the job done. It was messy, inefficient, and tragically, often deadly for civilians. Fast forward to the Vietnam War, and the story wasn't much different. One of the most infamous examples was the Than Ho Bridge, a key supply route in North Vietnam. Over a span of 3 years, the US launched hundreds of bombing sorties against the bridge. They dropped tons of ordnance, sacrificed 10 aircraft, and still, the bridge stood strong until 1972. That year, everything changed. Just 11 jets, armed with a new kind of weapon. The laser-guided bomb, LGB, succeeded in destroying the bridge in a single day. It was a turning point in the history of warfare. Laser-guided bombs revolutionized airstrikes. Instead of relying on hope, they relied on science. A laser paints the target, either from a pod on the plane or a soldier on the ground, and the bomb homes in on that beam, like a moth drawn to a flame. Suddenly, accuracy wasn't measured in football fields, but in feet. Smart bombs could hit within 20 feet of their target. Compare that to the 400-foot average error of traditional dumb bombs, and it's clear why militaries never looked back. From wasteful bombing runs to surgical strikes, the rise of smart bombs has made air power not only more lethal, but far more precise. And in a world where every target and every life counts, precision is everything. JDAMs, bombs that don't care about the weather. Laser-guided bombs are great unless there's fog, rain, or clouds. That's where the JDAM, Joint Direct Attack Munition, comes in. JDAM kits convert regular bombs into GPS-guided munitions that work in any weather, and they're accurate to within 16 feet, from up to 45 miles away. Cost? Around $35,000 per unit. Not cheap, but a bargain compared to air-launched cruise missiles that cost millions. And if you need even more range, you can add wings to turn bombs into glide bombs, like the AGM-154 GSO though, which can fly up to 80 miles without an engine. Small bombs, big impact. Now, precision is so good that we don't even need massive bombs anymore. Enter the small diameter bombs, SDBs. Only 250 elves, but deadly accurate. Instead of carrying one massive 2,000 pounds bomb, a jet can carry 4 SDBs, hitting 4 different targets in one mission. Talk about efficiency. The latest models like the GBU-53 Stormbreaker even track moving targets in all weather using a combination of radar, infrared, and GPS. The science of hitting hard. But what if your target is a bunker, buried under layers of concrete and steel? Then you need something like the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, MOP. This beast weighs over 13 tons, made from a special steel alloy called Eglin steel, which can withstand nearly 194,000 psi. For context, that's over 5 times stronger than the steel in bridges. These bunker busters don't explode on impact. They use delay fuses, detonating after boring through up to 200 feet of reinforced concrete. They're not just bombs, they're tactical jackhammers with TNT inside. But civil engineers are fighting back to counter bunker busters. Engineers have developed ultra-high performance concrete, UHPC, 4 to 5 times stronger than regular concrete, reaching 30,000 to 50,000 psi in lab conditions. Instead of rebar, UHPC uses millions of tiny metal fibers, giving it insane durability. So what wins? A 13-ton steel dart falling from the sky, or the strongest concrete ever made? That's the arms race in modern warfare. From push to penetration, bombing's evolution. Modern aerial bombing has evolved from the brute force carpet bombing of the past to a precise, calculated science where every release involves complex aerodynamics, explosive separation systems, laser optics, GPS guidance, and material engineering. Whether it's the delicate push of a 250 pounds SDB from a stealth fighter or the brutal plunge of a GBU-57 into a bunker, one thing's clear. Bombs today don't just fall, they're delivered. Once upon a time, bombing was simple. Fly over a target and drop the payload. Gravity did the rest. But modern warfare has completely rewritten that story. Today, bombs don't just fall, they're delivered. Carefully, precisely, and often from miles away. Modern bombs are more like guided missiles than falling chunks of metal. They're packed with sensors, guidance systems, and even tiny wings or fins that allow them to glide or steer through the air. Some can be programmed in flight, others can retarget midair, and many never even need the aircraft to fly directly over the enemy. They can be launched from far away and still hit their mark. Take the Joint Direct Attack Munition, JDAM, for example. It's a regular dumb bomb upgraded with a GPS guidance kit. Once released, it doesn't simply plummet. It thinks, it corrects, it adjusts its trajectory with precision to land within a few meters of its target. No pilot guesswork required. And then there are glide bombs, like the GBU-39 small diameter bomb, which can travel over 60 miles after release. 60 miles. That's not falling, that's flying. These delivery systems aren't just about hitting targets more accurately, they're also about keeping pilots safer. With long-range precision, aircraft can stay far from enemy air defenses, making the mission safer for everyone involved. In fact, many modern jets don't even open their weapons bays until the very last moment, then eject bombs with controlled force, using advanced ejection systems to prevent turbulence or collisions. The bomb's journey doesn't start with gravity, it starts with precision engineering. So next time you hear about an airstrike, don't imagine an old-school bomber dropping iron bombs over a city. Picture a stealth jet launching a smart weapon from 40,000 feet and 30 miles away, where the bomb glides silently through the air, guided by satellites, lasers, or onboard computers, delivering destruction with terrifying accuracy. Because in the 21st century, bombs aren't dropped. They're delivered like high-speed, high-tech packages with only one destination, the target. In the world of modern warfare, aerial bombing isn't just about destruction. It's about precision, timing, and control. And strangely enough, it shares an unexpected similarity with something as human as childbirth. Like a mother delivering life, a jet must deliver its payload with care, force, and coordination. From the violent ejection systems to the delicate guidance of smart bombs, every part of the process is engineered to ensure one thing: the bomb leaves the aircraft safely and reaches its target with purpose. So yes, it might sound odd, but in the skies above us, high-tech warplanes don't just drop bombs, they give birth to them.